No, so I just said I'd give a run of my stage 7 time here. I've done this a bunch of times with the Grand Sport already because, yeah, like for nitro time, air time, 360s in one go, especially the Grand Sport is sort of more suited to that, in my opinion, than something like the Chevy Corvette ZR1. But what I wanted to do is use my 2-star version of this car to see like how possible it would be to maybe get that 118. So I'm maybe not likely going to get the 360s in one go. I may do, but if you're having trouble with that one, well, there's a couple of places on this where you can get it. Definitely when you're going through those stepping portion of this track, you can chain 360s together. So 360 in the air, land on a step, drop to the next step, still 360 again, and then drop down to the next step before that continues, but start another 360. You can chain together far more than 4 there if you can't get them on that final jump. Have it captured here from one of my runs earlier in the Grand Sport. You can see like perform 360, 7, 8 in a single leap by just chaining them there as you land. Like I said, like if you keep going down to the next level, the car will continue to pirouette, and yeah, it all counts as the one stunt for that. But I'm gonna punch it and see. Yeah, then 7 seconds of airtime is nearly impossible not to get in this track, unless, yeah, I cannot imagine how you would avoid that. 10 seconds of nitro time is again essential to get, and yeah, those 360s in one go. It's the only thing, because the Corvette, especially when it's in lower tuning, like my one is not exactly the most agile car. Really nice car still, but yeah, definitely not exactly got the same handling as the something like the Grand Sport, for example. I don't need this, but like I said, I'm gonna try and see can I get the 118 time in a 2-star version of this car, which would mean that yeah, anyone with everything up to the 5-star should definitely be able to run this. I have a feeling that those stargating isn't like pretty much going to be the only reason that somebody wouldn't be able to farm every single blueprint out of this one. And yeah, it kind of sucks, but one of the only ways you're going to have this ZR1 at a higher star rating is if you competed in the Rimac C2 Drive Syndicate 2 event on the Switch, where yeah, blueprints for this thing were not cheap. So that is why mine is just at this 2nd star level here, and because all of my blueprints for this one have just came from the multiplayer rewards that you can pick up for free from multiplayer 1, or well, that you could. But yeah, see, like the speed that thing 360s really unstably in comparison to something like the Corvette Grand Sport. It's just not tuned up enough, and also it's a slightly different type of car than the Agility B class. Still though, it's like not bad. I think it might be a possibility to nail 4 still on the final leap just before the finish line, but I'm not entirely confident with this car, just because of, like I said, that slightly slower launch. No, there's 4 and 5 off that on the in. And that time of 1 minute and 14 seconds. So yeah, stargating, blocking the rewards there is effectively the only thing that's going to be stopping, I think, most players from getting anything in that, since that is a 114 time done with the 2-star version. Yeah, I think if you've got the 5-star and you're having trouble with 114 or 118, yeah. Get good. I don't know, like a lot of these events kind of have that, which is a bit unfortunate really, where you have like kind of times that are set, but you know the challenge isn't getting the time, the challenge is getting the car. But say, what did I get? Yeah, 114 over 120, so like 7 seconds to spare in terms of like getting that 2-star reward. And yeah, perfectly possible to get the nitro time, airtime, 360s in one go, all in the 2-star version of that car. Could have got a bit hairy there for a second and on that jump, but still it's not too bad. And cool, extra blueprint inside there, bring it up to 31. And I'm pretty sure now yeah, I've passed the threshold of 150, so I can get my last blueprint from the progression reward system in this anyway. 32 out of 85. Still a ways to go, but yeah, I definitely I'm gonna get every blueprint that I can out of this with the cars, because I've got quite a few, and obviously it is just a case of like make use of all that you got to farm as much as possible before having to turn to those packs, which will open up in another 10 or so conditions. Since the goal is kind of that yeah, third star anyway, like I certainly need to get at least a handful of these packs. So possibly in the next day or so when I open those, I'll kind of show my luck in terms of how good or bad I do. But obviously these packs are always like just hope for the best, but really plan for the worst. So if you're needing like 100 or so blueprints from these, you could be looking at opening up like 30 plus or so of these packs, because realistically a drop rate, so it's going to be 10%. You have a chance at getting slightly more out of there, but still always just assume that you will get the worst luck in each one of these packs, and that way you're not going to get kind of shocked if you like really need 15 blueprints and you have 750 tokens. Don't open a 10 pack. Chances of that happening are like 1 in about 100. So yeah, just 1% chance. Don't rely on luck in this game. It'll kind of always go quite bad. Just save your tokens in that case. But yeah, that's stage 7 out of the way with for me. Sub button up there over my head, and other videos for me here and here, guys. Drive safe in this one, and yeah, Corvette ZR1, cool car. Just a shame I don't have slightly more stars for it to get another blueprint or two.